Ryan CHERKI. You've probably all heard of him, as it seems like he's just been around the block for years, but at the tender age of 19, the French wonderkid is still learning his craft at Lyon. But after a breakout season at Lyon last year, CHERKI seems destined for the big leagues, with recent links to some European giants such as PSG. But what is next for Ryan CHERKI, and how far can he actually go? Well, first, I think it'd be good for us to find out a bit about where he came from. Ryan CHERKI started his youth career at the age of 7 when he was playing for Saint Prest, before getting snapped up by the Lyon Youth Academy at the age of 8, and then first breaking into their B team in 2019 at the age of just 16. He's always impressed with his dazzling technical ability and ball control, but it was never apparent if he could add that much needed end product. But after just a year in the B team, CHERKI finally got his shot in the first team, making his debut in a 0-0 draw against Dijon. And after scoring 4 goals in the UEFA Youth League, CHERKI went on to make his European debut for Lyon in 2019 in a group stage game against Zenit. On January the 4th, 2020, CHERKI scored his first ever senior goal in a 7-0 win against Bourg-en-Bresse and became Lyon's youngest ever goal scorer at the age of just 16 years and 140 days. Only 2 weeks later, CHERKI put in a stellar performance against Nantes after being involved in all 4 of the team's goals in a 4-3 win. Later that season, CHERKI was subbed on in a semi-final Champions League game against Bayern Munich, making him the youngest player to appear in a Champions League semi-final in the competition's history. CHERKI has just come off the back of his breakout season for Lyon's men's team, where he played 34 games in the league and contributed to 10 goals, 4 goals and 6 assists. But these are nowhere near the sort of numbers that Mbappe was putting up at that age, so why is CHERKI so highly touted? Well, we can find out if we take a closer look at his stats. If we look at his performances last season, he ranks in the top 1% for successful take-ons per 90, the top 2% for progressive carries, the top 3% for shot-creating actions, with a staggering 6.15 per 90, as well as being in the top 15% for non-penalty expected goals and assists per 90. CHERKI is a right-sided player that will often fill in the channels on the right-hand side of Lyon's attack, but his unpredictability comes from being so comfortable with both feet and often drifting out to the left-hand side of the field as well. CHERKI has just come off the back of a fantastic under-21 Euro campaign with France's under-21 squad, and will more than likely be expected to make some appearances for the men's team soon. Although Italy have approached him to try and get him to represent for the men's team, Roberto Mancini is supposedly a massive fan of the youngster. I expect CHERKI to come on leaps and bounds next year and to become one of the most prolific and creative players that Europe has ever seen. I've held his card on Sorare for months now, and he's definitely one that I'll be holding for the long haul.